Friends, what is up? Greg Newmaster coming at you today with another action figure review. I'm sure most of you have heard that the actor Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther and many other phenomenal characters, passed away yesterday from colon cancer at the age of 43. I was devastated to hear this news for a couple reasons. First of all, he was by far my favorite black actor currently. He was just phenomenal. I loved him as James Brown, even though a lot of people didn't like that movie very much, it seemed. Loved him as Jackie Robinson, and most importantly, loved him as Black Panther. He just had so much charisma. It just oozed off of him. And he was just so good. He was so good as T'Challa. And the movie was awesome, and it was a huge hit, and I was just really looking forward to other roles that he would play, but Black Panther 2 as well. And I was shocked to hear that he was going through radiation and chemotherapy all through filming of the Avengers and Black Panther. And I wonder if the stress of filming those movies took a toll on his health, because from what you read and what you hear and from actors that I've known, it's incredibly stressful. So it's such a shame, and it's such a devastating loss, that Chadwick Boseman passed away. Not only did I love him as an actor, and the reason why it hit me hard too is I lost my mom from cancer when she was 42. And, when you're a kid and you see that, they seem so old to you. But when you grow up, you realize that 42, 43, that's young. That's not old at all. So prayers, thoughts, feelings, positive vibes, whatever you want to say, to his family and to him. Such a shame, such a devastating loss. But anyhow, I wanted to do, as a tribute to him, a comparison video of my two favorite Marvel Legends Black Panther action figures. I'm not going to lie to you, I wasn't really that into the character. I thought he was okay. I just always thought he was sort of a Batman ripoff. I liked him the first time I was really exposed to him, besides the comic books, even though I wasn't a huge Avengers reader growing up, unlike the X-Men or Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, so on and so forth. But my first time I was exposed to him was through the Avengers cartoon. I think it was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which was an excellent cartoon. It was definitely on par with X-Men the Animated Series. It was very true to the comics, and you kind of got a taste of T'Challa there. But then when they did Captain America Civil War, and we saw him for the first time brought to screen by Chadwick Boseman, and then in the Black Panther movie, I keep saying Boseman. It may be Boseman or Boseman. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but whenever I saw him in the Black Panther movie and then in the Avengers and Captain America Civil War, I was like, this guy is awesome. This is going to be so good. And just like his Wakandan accent, and he just sold it, he sold it. And I totally believed him. It's just a testament to what a phenomenal actor he is. So, in terms of Black Panther character, the movie made him awesome. The vibranium costume, the claws, the enhanced abilities. He was definitely very reminiscent of like a Black Captain America in terms of like power set. But he also had the amazing suit and the gadgets like Batman. And I was looking forward to them going further with that Black Panther Part 2, and then the fact that they were talking about how they were going to bring Storm from the X-Men in, because they were married for a time in the comic books, and everybody loves Storm. I love Storm. She's an X-Man. So Black Panther 2, what a shame, because, it could have been so awesome. I'm curious if they'll recast him. and who they'll go with, I would say, from my choice, is Denzel Washington's son, the younger Washington. I forget his first name, but he's going to be in the new Tenet movie. From what I've seen of him so far, he looks fantastic. I just can't remember his first name, but it's Denzel Washington's son. I think he'd be a good replacement if they decide to replace him. So anyhow, let's get a good look at these figures. So I have a Toy Biz version here. This is the Sentinel Wave from 2005. Love this figure. Love it. And then I have the Black Panther Wave from a few years ago. And both are excellent figures. So let's go over the newer one first. Yeah, so just like the detail and the sculpting, they just like these Marvel Legends with Hasbro, especially the movie figures, they just keep getting, the movie figures just keep getting better and better, like in terms of detail and sculpt. Like, look at the cat ears and just the cow looks amazing. Just the level of detail. Sorry, my figure's a little dusty. He's been on display, but just like look at the level of detail in the sculpt, the tiny indentations in the armor, the vibranium, like the necklace, areas in the back. Here's a good look at the claws, like even the paint applications on the claws look really good. It's just wonderful figure, wonderful representation. And the articulation is great. And Black Panther needs to be a very nimble figure like Spider-Man, because he's always like climbing on stuff, and he's like a panther. He's climbing up trees and hunting, and so we got the double jointed knees, we got the thigh cuts. My joints are really tight on this figure, which is really good. We got all the ankle up and down. We got the pivot. Look at even the detail on the feet there, little toes, and they're tight. He's tight in the shoulders. I wish it would have some bicep cuts, the butterfly joints, so that they could go forward more, like the Spider-Man figures have on it. That would make him just a little bit better for this figure. But just great articulation all around. We got the double jointed elbows. The plastic is a little soft on the arms, so that makes me worried that over time it'll deteriorate and break easily. I hope not. And then, best of all, is this figure came with a unmasked head, and look at that likeness. That just looks wonderful. Looks just like him. Looks amazing. Like the paint apps, like they just got so good with these unmasked heads. Looks beautiful. Just like Chadwick Boseman, got his nice beard. The hair looks good. Like even the eyes look good. He doesn't look like cockeyed or cross-eyed or anything like that. Just really great. So I was really happy that Hasbro started doing that, where they give the alternate heads. Because Toy Biz didn't do that. It didn't come with an alternate head. They would make an alternate figure with an unmasked head, which was really annoying. A good marketing tactic for them to make some money, because then you'd have to buy the other figure, and then you'd have two figures just with different heads. And I like this Black Panther figure better. He's in more of a traditional costume, at least the first movie costume. I didn't like the purple one. With the purple highlights, where every time he takes damage, he can exert like a force field. I like this more classic black and silver. Excuse me. But yeah, just really great figure. So love it, stunning. So let's look at the Toy Biz figure. This figure. This figure is so awesome. Like, if you guys don't own this, if you're a Black Panther fan or just an action figure fan, like, this figure is stunning. Like, the sculpt and the level of detail. Like, so, here's T'Challa, and like, look at this cape. Like, the cape looks like the skin of an animal, which I think is what it's supposed to represent. And it has the big collar. reminiscent of earlier looks of Black Panther. In the beautiful gold, there's a gold clasp there. There's like the teeth in it. It's just a cape befitting a king for sure. And then you can take the cape off, and like the sculpt on this figure is awesome. Like, look at those muscles, look at the striations, just like the shading. Like, there's like, if you can see this, there's shading of purple like within the black. It just looks beautiful. And that cowl, I mean, this cowl looks like the Batfleck, Ben Affleck, Batman versus Superman cowl. And you know what I like about this? Like, you know why I think this would actually be a better Batman cowl? It's because Batman's mask is really stupid if you think about it, because he always exposes his lips and his chin. And if you're trying to conceal your identity and you really care that much about it, you want to cover your whole face. So I liked how in Batman Beyond, how Terry McGinnis, his Batman mask had his face covered. And that's the same with the Black Panther mask. Like, his entire face is covered. Batman should have his whole face covered, or at least like how they put the black around like his eye sockets to make the rubber and the mask kind of blend in. Like, smear black paint all over your face so people can't identify your lips, or like, say you had a cleft palate and you're Batman, like, people would notice something like that. Or you had a butt chin, like Ben Affleck had a butt chin. It's like, of course I'm gonna recognize Bruce Wayne's butt chin, and Batman, if he had the same exact butt chin, you'd be like, oh, I recognize that butt chin. I wonder if Bruce Wayne's Batman. So that's why I like the Black Panther mask better. And this Black Panther mask, I mean, it looks just like the Batfleck mask. Even how it's textured. Like, look at how textured it is. And the thing I like about this Toy Biz figure too is it has the butterfly joints in the chest. Look, you can see the vascularity, the veins. Like, this Black Panther is jacked. He works out. Like, there's no fat on this guy's body. Articulation on this figure is awesome as well. It's superior to the Hasbro one, I would say. He's got the torso bend there. He's a nice crunch. His head can go back about that far, so he can't go too far up. But I mean, just like, look at this. I love this figure. I'll never get rid of this one. He's not on a ball joint, so we can't get the rock to the side like the Hasbro ones have. But he's got the double jointed elbows. Like, look at the detail on the gauntlets there. Look at how beautiful that paint is. And it looks like real gold. And Toy Biz, they got a little articulation crazy, which I liked and I didn't like. But we even have the articulated fingers. So you can make the fist there, and like, look at those claws. Like, look at that. That's just beautiful. It's got the nice little gold belt there. Even has toe articulation, and which I really like. This figure is pretty old that I have, so he's got the loose joints. The Toy Biz figures were notorious for the loose joints. Especially because they just, they had too much articulation. But, so if I turn off this light, you can see these highlights really well, but he blends in. Look at that. Like, he blends in really well with the black background. You can't even see those purple highlights. So just like, look at that. Camouflage, like a real panther hunting his prey. And then I put the light back on, and you can just see these highlights. But just a phenomenal figure. Like, look at the sculpting on the boots. I love Toy Biz so much. They just did such a great job. It's too bad that they went out of business or got bought out or whatever happened to them. I don't remember exactly. We even have, they got gauntlet articulation, so forearm articulation, wrist articulation. The only problem with the Toy Biz figures is the hips. They were just a little bit bulky because they use these they're kind of like a circular socket joint. So it didn't look smooth, unlike the Hasbro one where it looks a lot more smooth. But you know, these were revolutionary at the time when they came out, because action figures just did not look like this. They're just so well done. And there he is from the back. Look at the back muscles. Holy cow! Just beautiful figure. This Toy Biz Black Panther and my Toy Biz Captain America from the Face Off 2-pack are probably some of my two favorite Marvel Legend figures, because they just look phenomenal. So there we have it. Two of my favorite Marvel Legends Black Panther action figures. We got the movie version and we got the comic version. And, you know, thank God for Chadwick Boseman just giving, you know, Black Panther a personality. You know, he was like Christopher Reeve's Superman. Christopher Reeve to Superman is Chadwick Boseman to Black Panther. You know, I'll never think of, you know, as I read him in the comic books, like that's what I imagine. That's who I see. That's the voice that I hear in the word bubbles. You know, when I'm reading, you know, his words, it's always going to be Chadwick Boseman. Just like, you know, whenever I'm reading Superman, it's always Christopher Reeve. So, you know, he set the standard. Phenomenal actor. I heard he was a phenomenal guy. And, you know, God bless you, Chadwick Boseman. And, you know, peace, everybody. I hope you liked the video.